But when I was over in Costa Rica on my honeymoon, and I bought a bunch of Costa Rican coffee, and that shit is amazing. But I got it in the bag, so then I got that little fucking thing you put in the Keurig machine, but I got to buy those little filters, so it fills them up so it makes a single cup. And so I had to buy them through Amazon, too. So why am I telling you guys this? Nobody gives a shit that I bought fucking little coffee filters for my Keurig machine. See, that's when you need to just get to the point. What's this podcast about? All right, cut the other shit. All right? We're on the train right now. We're on a bus. We're listening to my car or whatever, and I'm almost at my stop. I want to know what this is so I could decide if I want to keep listening. And you're telling about your coffee habits. Nobody gives a shit. It's not that interesting. I don't drink it any weird way. Nothing, crazy happened with the coffee. Nothing crazy happened when I bought it. So go fuck myself. And I'll tell you, that is a good segue. I am fucking good with my segues. Speaking of listening to this in your car or the train, the bus, wherever the fuck you are, is the reason you're doing this and listening to this podcast is because you are not listening to regular terrestrial radio anymore. Because it fucking stinks. I had to rent a car recently and it didn't have any satellite in it, and I forgot to bring my iPod, so I was stuck driving back and forth to gigs and around town with fucking regular radio, and it is just brutal. I don't even deal with it anymore because it's almost like, you've had cable TV for so long, then all of a sudden you're stuck somewhere and there's no cable, so all you have is like the local channels, like the 2, 4, 7, ABC, NBC, and CBS, and you're like, are you fucking kidding me? I gotta watch The Voice at 9 o'clock when I could be watching The Walking Dead or whatever, or Breaking Bad or some shit. And this is all, I have 4 choices, and then I got to watch the 10 o'clock news. What is this? This stinks. Get me out of this. Well, that's what terrestrial regular radio is. It's dying because they're conservative. They're not keeping up with the times. What's happening is the fucking idiots that program it are so afraid that they're losing their audience, which they are, is they're making it even more conservative. They're playing even less, non-recognizable songs. The classic rock station is cutting, 30 more songs out of their format that, because they might be a little obscure. It might be, that song, on the Tattoo You, the Rolling Stones Tattoo You record, Waiting on a Friend. Not everybody knows that one. Maybe only 60% of our audience knows Waiting on a Friend, but 95% know Start Me Up. So let's just stick with Start Me Up, because God forbid we play fucking Waiting on a Friend, which is one of the best Stone songs. Fucking amazing. The video is fucking amazing too. Because, at least, Rolling Stones are one of the biggest bands in the world, but no, nobody knows that song. You fucks. No, we did a survey. We sat people down and they told to check off the Rolling Stones songs. Only 60% checked off Waiting on a Friend. You fucking idiots. That's where your research come from. There's a station in Chicago that, tried playing it, and they got a fucking people meter and people tuned out. Regular radio has this thing now. They used to have Arbitron ratings. They used to mail shit to you, fill it out, and that's how they got their ratings. Now it's this thing called a people meter, where I guess people walk around with this meter on they give to, and they, pretty much can update whenever they turn a station or whatever like that. So now, and, they're going on like the 10% of people or 5% that they give it to, meaning that's 100%, which is fucking ridiculous. A soccer mom living in the suburbs is not listening to the same shit a 22-year-old that lives in fucking New York City is listening to. So it makes no sense. So what's going on is, so they know, somebody changed the channel. Like what's happening now with comedy is like, we used to go into a town as a comic and go on all the local morning shows. Right? That's a great way for people to know we're in town, to go to the club, like the Improv in Orlando or whatever, So now you go into a town and like half the stations won't have you on. They're like, well, they got people meters now. And they say as soon as people in their cars going to work hear a comedian or a guy in a band talking as an interview, they switch stations. What? Are you fucking stupid? So they don't have it, say a good band like fucking, I don't know, Say Rob Zombie's in town. He wants to do an acoustic set in the morning. Oh, you're not going to have him on? Yeah, because people don't listen. You know, they tune out, so we can't have Rob Zombie do an acoustic set with fucking one of the best guitar players out there, John Five, in his band. No, we can't do that, but, you know, we got to get back to George Thorogood, Bad to the Bone. Nobody wants to fucking hear that song anymore. Nobody wants to hear the Chili Peppers. Nobody wants to hear Pearl Jam. Nobody wants to hear Soundgarden. Nobody wants to hear fucking the same fucking songs over and over again. Nothing wrong with those bands, but play something different. But regular radio is so afraid that they're even getting even more conservative because they think they're gonna lose more of their audience if they play something a little obscure. That's when you have to go think outside the box. Go play more obscure stuff. That's why people get satellite radio. They go, well, you know, we have an iPod, so I can listen to all my heavy metal on my iPod. So why would I want to get satellite radio? Because, you know, even though they have 3 heavy metal channels, well, you got talk radio on there. You got Howard Stern, you got Opie and Anthony, you got Jason Ellis, you got Ron and Fez, you got Jim Brewer's got a talk show. There's a bunch of shit on there. There's a Playboy radio, whatever it is. NFL Network is all radio. So you got interesting talk that people will pay for because people can get their music anywhere, anytime. So maybe they want to hear some talk, some you know, people that don't know how to put a good talk show on. So that's why they're paying for it, you fucking assholes. So maybe people do want to hear talk in the morning. You're telling me if Louis C.K.'s in town, you're not going to have him on? Because, you know, people might tune out? Are you... Meanwhile, the guy just sold, you know, 5,000 tickets at the local venue and sold it out in like a day? And you're not going to have Kevin Hart on, who's selling out arenas? Because, you know, people might not listen. I did this radio recently, and the program director was there, and we were talking at the commercial break, and he was saying how he was over in Amsterdam, and it was crazy. The radio over there, they were playing Rammstein in the morning, and it's kind of heavy to play in the morning. What the fuck does that mean? Regular radio, if you notice, they would never play Metallica till nighttime because they were afraid this, it's too heavy. That's too heavy of a song in the morning. So, you know, we got to save that for the late afternoon or evening. Does that make any sense? Has anybody ever listened? So nobody ever listens to Metallica in the morning. God forbid. God forbid it comes on at 10 in the morning. Like, holy shit. God forbid at 8:30 when you're fucking driving to work, Master Puppet comes on. This is fucking ridiculous. They can't be playing this early. I'm a huge Metallica fan. I've seen them every time, but not at 8:30 in the morning when I'm in the car. Really? No? You can't play it there? Who's going, this is way too heavy for this early in the morning? I could see if you set your alarm and fucking Slayer comes on. I get it. At 6 o'clock in the morning, like, holy shit, well, let me at least wake up before the fucking pounding music. But once you're up and you can't play it? No, we just got to play the Chili Peppers. Give it away now. Come on. Scar Tissue, whatever the fuck that song is. Yeah, let's just go with the safe Soundgarden song. It's going to, you know, Black Hole Sun. Yeah, it doesn't, you know... It's going to be okay. Tom Petty, you know, Free Fall. And yeah, that's a good song for the morning. That gets people going. No, it doesn't. It doesn't get people going, you fucks. You don't know anything about music. You're fucking stupid. And that's why you're not getting with the times. You're not, all you're doing you're just like the record companies when they wouldn't play with Napster. When Napster came out, they go, fuck you. You're not taking our stuff. You're not going to download our stuff for free. Oh, really? Oh, so when Napster got shut down, 18,000 other places opened up and everybody stole from there, motherfuckers. If you just would have worked with them, you could have split the money, you greedy motherfuckers. And that's why they're out of business, the record companies. Oh, yeah. Oh, so you can't get on your private plane anymore and fly to New York for 2 days to go see a Springsteen concert with all the artists' money. Yeah, I guess you can't do that anymore because you didn't realize how big the internet was and how the shit was. Okay, you're going to shut down this site. We'll just open up over here. And every kid knew, all right, what's the new site? Go to this place. You can steal it from here. Go to here. You can get it from here. And that's what regular radio's doing, too. Or if they don't do that, you know, if they decide to think outside the box and, you know, not play music anymore, every station now is a sports station, all sports talk. They got every major city has like 3 all sports stations now. You don't need 3. All right, just one. One is fine. That's it. They're putting them on FM, and New York's got like 3. Philly's got 3. Miami's got 3. Nobody wants to hear that much. It's just fucking inane nonsense. Just give me one station that does it well, and that's it. Do you really need 3 stations of fucking idiots calling in? I think the Yankees should trade A-Rod, Cano, and Jeter for Matt Cain, Lincecum, and Sandoval. What do you think? Yeah. Good call. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah, trade fucking 2 guys that are about a year away from retirement. One guy that's fucking on drugs. For 2 great pitchers and a fucking great hitter that's 28. Yeah, that's a good phone call, you fuck. But that's what you got, and now you got 3 channels of that shit. 3 channels of people calling in. What do you think? I think the Rangers could make the playoffs if they could just win the next 4 games. Really? Is that what you think? Is that what you waited online for on hold for 45 minutes? That's what you think? Wow. You know what? We need a 4th all sports station. This is crazy. This is such fucking interesting talk that we need 4 because there's so many people with great trades and ideas out there. There's a reason you're not a GM because you don't fucking know anything. Okay? I'm not a GM. I don't know anything. I could go, hey, that might be good to sign that guy. If they don't, I trust my GM. Go, yeah, he must know something I don't know. Holy shit. The commercials, too, and regular. The WFAN in New York is all sports station. It's been there for years, and it's a good station. It is. But in 1 hour, in the 1 hour program, and they play, there's actually 26 minutes of content an hour. So there's 34 minutes of commercials and bullshit, and 26 minutes of actual talk. Who is listening to that? Who? 34 minutes of fucking shit of them not being on the air. And I'm including like every 20 minutes they do a thing called the 2020 update. So at 10:20, 10:40, and then at top of the hour, they do an update of all the sports, what's going on in sports. Nothing is going on in sports. If it is, then fucking break the story. Every 20 minutes, you don't need to give me an update. Pitcher for the Yankees today is Andy Pettitte going against the Detroit Tigers, Justin Verlander in the middle of April. Nobody gives a fuck who's pitching. Nobody gives, well, Pettitte says, the Yankees got to get going. They started off at 1-4. And so Andy says, and then they play a little clip of Andy. Hey, look, we're a little rusty, but I think we're going to get going. I think we're really going to have a good season. Did I really need to hear that fucking 3 times an hour? No. Nobody does. Everybody's got phones. Everybody's on Twitter. They're on Facebook. They're hooked up to ESPN. They got the fucking apps. They can get their sports in 2 seconds on there. On Twitter, on ESPN, on SI.com, on your Facebook page. Hey, fucking, LeBron James just blew out his Achilles. Everybody knows that in about 3 seconds now. So now I got to wait till 20 after the hour and then another 20 minutes and then you're going to give me the same shit 20 minutes later? Are you fucking out of your mind? What year are we? We're not living in 1982. Nobody gives us. You got interested? You got somebody on, maybe a Ray Lewis or something like that. You want to talk to him about him using that fucking deer antler spray. Whatever it is, you got an interest, and then you got to go, all right, we got to go because we got to get to that 2020, so we got to update fucking Andy Pettitte versus Verlander pitching again every 20 minutes. Nobody gives a shit. There's not breaking sports news. If there is, just go, holy shit, just came across the wire. LeBron James says he's going back to the Cavaliers after this year. Okay, that's all you got to say. When it gets to 20 after, go, nothing's going on, so we're just going to keep talking. That's what you should say. If I was that program director, that's what I would tell him. Just keep fucking talking. Nobody gives a shit. As soon as that comes on, everybody tunes out because they know for the next the 2020 is like 2.5 minutes, and there's like 5 minutes of commercial, so you don't have to come back for 8 more minutes. Holy shit. Yeah, and regular radio. Oh, you know how we're going to combat satellite and we're going to podcast and people listen and tune it out? We're going to have an iHeart radio app. Really? So what we're going to do is you can listen anywhere. So if you're in Phoenix, you could still listen to the rock station in New York, which there isn't any. You could still listen to so wherever you are, you could tune into that. Who the fuck is going to be in Arizona on vacation and go, I got to listen to the fucking classic rock station in New York because I might be missing that fucking Bob Seger tune again. They might be playing old time rock and roll. I'm on vacation with my family, but let me fucking get my iHeartRadio app and hook it up and let me see if they're did they just play The Doors' Light My Fire again? Fucking awesome. That's amazing. How cool is it that I'm in Phoenix and I can hear Light My Fire in New York? It's really not that cool. It's not. And nobody would ever think that's cool. You can call 100 people up and explain, do you think this is cool? And they go, no, and fucking hang up on you. If you think that's cool, there's something fucking wrong with you. You're a fucking nerd. Yeah, good. Get your iHeartRadio app. That's a way to combat it. That's good. Yeah. Ooh, that's fucking. Oh man, you guys are really now. No one's listening to podcasts and satellite radio anymore because you guys got us. Keep playing the same shit over and over again. Yeah, got to be safe. I was in a bar recently where they had a jukebox, and I loved that because I love the reactions on people when songs come on. Okay, and this is what came on the jukebox. A Metallica song came on, then a Prince song, then a Springsteen song, then a Skynyrd song, AC/DC, and then Garth Brooks. And you know what? Nobody left. Nobody goes, this is fucking bullshit. Let's go to another bar. Everybody was fucking, oh, cool. All right, this one, if they didn't like the song, they didn't fucking cause a fit. They didn't go crazy. All right, everybody pretty much knew the songs. I knew the Prince song. It was I forget what it was. It was a pretty good song after the Metallica song. I'm like, all right, this is cool. And then when the Skynyrd song came out, I'm like, fucking nice. Saturday Night Special, awesome. And then AC/DC came on, fucking cool. All right, Garth Brooks, I went in and fucking dropped the deuce, but whatever. Nobody cared. Nobody moved. Nobody goes, what the fuck? I'm leaving. This is bullshit. I'm not used to this. But that's what regular radio thinks. God forbid. You can't play a Metallica song and then a Springsteen song? That's crazy. How could you play AC/DC and Lynyrd Skynyrd? I don't know. I think that everybody that has a fucking AC/DC CD in their collection on their iPod probably has a Lynyrd Skynyrd on there too. I think it's going to be okay. Nobody's going to get mad. You fucking assholes. And I'm only angry because I was stuck in the car for fucking a week with this shit. I gotta listen to this crap. 3 songs and 6 minutes of commercials. Oh, we're back. Oh, good. Yeah, good for you. Yeah. What are you gonna hit me with now? Ooh, Even the Lucky Ones by Tom Petty. Ooh, you switched it up. You didn't play me Free Fallin'. Ooh, you got me. You motherfuckers. You guys are good. Ugh. It's just brutal. It's just fucking corny radio. You make sure you give in the morning, make sure you give the traffic 8 minutes and say the weather. Nobody, look, listen. When I'm fucking driving in rush hour traffic going to the city in the morning or whatever I got to do, or even in the afternoon, I listen to the fucking satellite. I'm listening to Stern, Opie and Anthony, or whatever I'm listening to, Jason Ellis, fucking sports or something like that. When I need traffic, I switch the station over to the AM when I know to give traffic at the 8 minutes after the hour, and the other one gives it at 11, and there's another one in New Jersey that gives it at fucking 18 and 33 and 48 minutes after and 3. So I know. So when I'm listening to something, I'm like, all right, I need to know the traffic, what the traffic, the tunnel. I just switch the station. Hey, no traffic in the tunnel. Okay, cool. And I switch back. That's all I do. I don't go, why is Howard Stern not giving me the fucking traffic in New York at this time? How can this, the NFL radio channel not give me, an update on traffic? I need to, and I need to know the weather. It's 43 and sunny right now at 9 in the morning, but what's it going to be in the afternoon? I don't know. It's probably going to get up to maybe 52. It's not going to be 90. It's not going to go from 43 to 90. It's 43 and sunny now. This morning, the high's going to hit 51 today. Tonight's going to be partly cloudy, and tomorrow's going to be a high of 58 and partly sunny. Nobody needs to hear that. Nobody gives a fuck. If there's a blizzard coming, go, hey, man, this rush hour is we're going to be fucked this afternoon, so you might want to leave work early. That's the only time. Other than that, people will get their weather from somewhere else. They got an app on their phone. They fucking, whatever. It's on the paper that they're reading. Nobody, stop giving the fucking weather. Nobody gives a shit. Unless it's extreme, one way or another. Don't give it. Nobody cares. Every 5 minutes, it's 43 and sunny, and it's going to hit a high of 51 today and tomorrow. Nobody cares. It's just fucking nonsense. It's drivel. It's fucking, they got to go to the traffic lady. What's going on out there? Well, let me tell you something. It's a crazy morning. It's really not that fucking crazy. It's not. It's traffic. It's been around for a long time. It's not fucking crazy. The accidents happen. Okay. Emergency construction happens. Car stall in the Lincoln Tunnel. It happens. It's not crazy. Stop saying that. If there was a fucking sinkhole, New Jersey Turnpike, and fucking 100 cars fell in it, that would be crazy. Then you go, it's a fucking crazy morning. Okay, just because a tractor trailer jackknifed, not that crazy. Happens at least 5 times a day in the United States alone. I didn't look that fact up, but I have a feeling it's probably at least 5. But hey, man, look, regular radio's burying themselves. They're digging their own grave. You know what I compare it to? Remember, when we were force-fed those fucking corny traditional sitcoms where it was the same thing, the woman was in charge, the father was dumb, the guy was dumb, and the kids were wise asses, and dad did everything wrong, and the woman was strong, and dad just said, I'm sorry, I'll go to my room, whatever that shit was, just fucking goofy. They tried to be PC, they tried to meet everybody in the middle, and it just became shit. You remember all those years, all those fucking, I didn't even watch any of them because they were so bad. And then all of a sudden cable started coming around, and cable started doing their own original programming. And everyone's like, holy shit, there's options instead of this fucking goofy shit on NBC and CBS and ABC. Are you kidding me? So then they started putting and then everyone started going to cable. Yeah. And everyone was like, I'm not going to watch that crap anymore. Well, that's what's happening with regular radio now. And then also the reality shows, right? People are like, I don't want to see this force-fed fucking, laugh track shit. The neighbor walks in, hey, how you guys doing? And someone else walks into the room, and this one walks into the room, and this one with a fucking wisecrack, and then this one walks into the room. Enough. And it wasn't funny. Back in the day with Sanford and Son, All in the Family, fucking Three's Company, that shit was funny because it was edgy. Now it's just like, look, we got to play it safe. So God forbid, Larry from, Three's Company, that all the guy wanted to do was get laid. Ooh, that's crazy. But we can't have a character like that, even though they have it on 2.5 Men. I get it. Other than that, no, that's a little politically incorrect that the guy just wants to get pussy. Yeah. Because no guy wants that. Yeah. No guy just lives his life for pussy. Yeah. That doesn't happen anywhere. So then all of a sudden the reality shows started taking over because like, hey, people are actually acting real because it's real shit. So, and then all the traditional sitcoms are pretty much gone. There's like fucking 5 or 6 of them left. That's it. I love that because they buried themselves. They just played it safer and safer instead of fucking taking chances. Let's be a little PC. We don't want to offend anybody. We're on at 8 o'clock on a Tuesday night. Go fuck yourself. So that's what's happening. That's why nobody's watching freaking regular TV. I love that. When shows like Breaking Bad and Walking Dead and stuff like that are, especially Walking Dead, and there's another one, I forget what it is, are beating the fucking regular TV shows on NBC and ABC and CBS. That's beautiful. I love that. That's because they're playing it safe. And people don't want that anymore. They want a little edginess, or something a little different. Not the same crap that we're force-fed. Now we have options, so go fuck yourself. All right, I'm done. I gotta go to bed. I'm glad I got that rage out. So, thanks for listening. It was a very abrupt ending, but I just said, all right, I'm done. I got nothing else. I got to get to fucking sleep. My son's waking up at 7:30 in the morning. He's not going to go, Dad, I don't give a shit that you were up yelling and they were fucking making a podcast up. I shit my pants, I'm hungry, and put some cartoons on. All right, son. I'll kiss your fucking ass. I want to keep listening, and you're telling about your coffee habits. Nobody gives a shit. It's not that interesting. I don't drink it any weird way. Nothing, crazy happened with the coffee. Nothing crazy happened when I bought it. So go fuck myself. And I'll tell you, that is a good segue. I am fucking good at my segues. Speaking of listening to this in your car or the train, the bus, wherever the fuck you are, is the reason you're doing this and listening to this podcast is because you are not listening to regular terrestrial radio anymore. Because it fucking stinks. I had to rent a car recently and it didn't have any satellite in it, and I forgot to bring my iPod, so I was stuck driving back and forth to gigs and around town with fucking regular radio, and it is just brutal. I don't even deal with it anymore because it's almost like, you've had cable TV for so long, then all of a sudden you're stuck somewhere and there's no cable, so all you have is like the local channels, like the 2, 4, 7, ABC, NBC, and CBS, and you're like, are you fucking kidding me? I gotta watch The Voice at 9 o'clock when I could be watching The Walking Dead or whatever, or Breaking Bad or some shit. And this is all, I have 4 choices, and then I got to watch the 10 o'clock news. What is this? This stinks. Get me out of this. Well, that's what terrestrial regular radio is. It's dying because they're conservative. They're not keeping up with the times. Fucking Waiting on a Friend, which is one of the best Stone songs. Fucking amazing. The video is fucking amazing, too. Because, yeah, at least, Rolling Stones are one of the biggest bands in the world, but no, nobody knows that song. You fucks. No, we did a survey. We sat people down and they told to check off the Rolling Stones songs. Only 60% checked off Waiting on a Friend. You fucking idiots. That's where your research come from. There's a station in Chicago that, tried playing it and they got a fucking people meter and people tuned out. Regular radio has this thing now. They used to have Arbitron ratings. They used to mail shit to you, fill it out, and that's how they got their ratings. Now it's this thing called a people meter, where I guess people walk around. What's happening is the fucking idiots that program it are so afraid that they're losing their audience, which they are, is they're making it even more conservative. They're playing even less, non-recognizable songs. The classic rock station is cutting, 30 more songs out of their format that, because they might be a little obscure. It might be, that song, on the Tattoo You, the Rolling Stones Tattoo You record, Waiting on a Friend. Not everybody knows that one. Maybe only 60% of our audience knows Waiting on a Friend, but 95% know Start Me Up. So let's just stick with Start Me Up, because God forbid we play. But when I was over in Costa Rica on my honeymoon, and I bought a bunch of Costa Rican coffee, and that shit is amazing. But I got it in the bag, so then I got that little fucking thing you put in the Keurig machine, but I got to buy those little filters, so it fills them up so it makes a single cup. And so I had to buy them through Amazon too. So why am I telling you guys this? Nobody gives a shit that I bought fucking little coffee filters for my Keurig machine. See, that's when you need to just get to the point. What's this podcast about? All right, cut the other shit. All right? We're on the train right now. We're on a bus. We're listening to my car or whatever, and I'm almost at my stop. I want to know what this is so I could decide if